Here we go, talking out loud, talk therapy. What is it going to be about? I don't know. This is just a daily thing for me that I really love to do, that I just talk out loud. I just literally talk out loud. This is my inner voice talking. This is my ego being gone. Not your ego is in feeling like you are the best, but I mean, it's that second voice in my learnings of what I'm doing with myself, with my experience in life. I'm learning that I have an ego that is always trying to destroy me and things around me. So, yeah, so it just comes down to what do you feel, and always just be tapping into the truth, the truthful self. You are truth. You are, so that's living in the moment instead of figuring out what's in the past or what's in the future and worrying about the past. And today I'm just talking out loud, seeing where it goes, because I just think it's a very healthy thing to do every day to create and tap into your truth and tap into yourself and tap into your deeper meaning of who you are, what you are, why you are, where you are. I mean, just the ins and outs of yourself. And it's crazy because I would have never even thought before to do something like this every day. But it is therapy. It's therapy for myself. And so who am I doing this for? I'm doing it for myself. I could care less about anybody's thoughts of why I do this and stuff like that, because I don't care what people think of me. And they probably aren't even listening anyway, right? Like, people who want to hear this and need to hear this are hearing this, and people who aren't hearing this, they don't need to hear it, or they don't want to hear it, and I'm good with that. But I think that is in itself irrelevant to why I'm doing this every day. It's more or less to be truthful with myself and what I know and my talents, right? And what I have to offer to the world each and every day, and every moment in every day, and living in that moment every day within safety reasons, within, like I used to record myself on video, and now I'm just sitting here with an old iPhone, and I'm just recording it, right? Like, I just hit record on the iPhone, has a little app, and it's just a voice recorder. So I think that's the coolest part, is it's safe, right? I'm just holding on and just hanging on for the ride, really, and wherever I am, I can do this daily, and you can do it too, and anybody can do this. It's just having the level of comfort of just talking out loud. Like, you don't have to record it if you want to. I just do, because it just really helps me keep myself accountable, and definitely just let it go and not worry about anything that I'm doing in life. I think a lot of times we are too worried about other people and letting them in, and trusting and knowing that if you have other people's intentions first, like if you help other people first within reason, right? I think that's a lot of what we can do for human beings, for our own health and wellness, is just completely give to other people while helping yourself. Like, I'm giving to you right now. You're listening to this, and I've already said it. I have no idea what I'm going to say, but you are already hearing it, and you are already listening to it, and I'm giving you a piece of me right now. Like, literally, it is, this is myself, this is me, this is everything that I have, and I'm just sharing it. And this is the inner voice in my head, always the first voice, right? The first voice is always the creative side, and I can feel that in my body and in my being and in my experience in life. And from there, who knows what can happen. But if you let your ego talk, if you let your second voice always talk, what happens is then you talk yourself out of doing your purpose, your truth, your ideas. And I think a lot of times we don't even realize that, oh man, I want to do this and I want to do this. I mean, think about like when you were a child, right? Like, what do you want to be when you grow up? It's completely what you were always asked, well, what do you want to be when you grow up? What do you want to do when you grow up? What's the difference in that when you were a child versus today? Like, how come we get to the point where we think we have to grow up and then just, fall into a job and do that? Like, how come we have to do that? Where's the creativity? Like, you're always going to serve somebody. My belief is you always are going to serve God. Like, if you are tapping into your true truth, your true self, then you are tapping into God right there. So, if you, by the time you are in the working force, in the working world, and you just ended up at a job, what does that mean? Like, if you're tapping into your truth, you can probably find a way to monetize it, to make money off of it, to make money with it, you wouldn't need as much money if you are working from your truth, right? You're always going to serve somebody. You're always going to serve God. Like, that's just my opinion. So, what does that mean? Like, you don't have to settle anymore. Like, if you can reach that point and talk into your truth every day, you don't have to settle for anything anymore. What is a good resource? What is a good resource in today's day and age? The internet, right? The internet connects you to me globally. You just have to have the chops. You have to be within yourself to talk to your truth and be authentic, right? Like, for me, I think I hated sales for the longest time, so why would I get into a sales job? Or, like, why would I get into a business where the only way I make money is if I sell stuff? Been there, done that. That sucked. But how do you grow into something like that and ask the right questions within yourself to figure out why, right? To figure out why you hate sales, and then figure out how, right? If you can get into why, then you can figure out how. I think right away we get into the how, and then we stop because we're like, well, I don't know how. Well, why, right? Why are you doing something? Well, why are you trying to sell services? Why are you trying to sell products, right? Well, to make money. Okay, why? So I can have a life that is fulfilling. Why? Well, so I can be happy. Why? Because that's what I want in life. Okay, why? Because that's what I've been telling myself all my life. Why? Because I think other people have it and I don't. Okay, why? See what I'm doing there? That's your second voice always questioning in a negative way, and this gives you an opportunity to question in a positive way. Always figure out why and keep asking yourself why. Like a toddler, okay? A toddler will always, well, not even a toddler, like a small child, to be like 3 to 4, maybe even 5, they're going to always ask you why. Because they don't know not to, right? Like they don't, I believe anyway, like that second voice is not developed yet. And maybe it has, but they just don't listen to it. Like they don't listen to it at all. Wouldn't that be sweet to just live like that all the time? Well, you can. It takes practice. It takes daily practice to shut that second voice up. To live out of love, and love not knowing. And love not figuring anything out, and just acknowledging that. And that's what I'm doing right here with all of this. It's just talking out of my truth, talking out of love, and asking myself questions that, why not? What can happen out of it? I don't know, and I love that I don't know. But there's just one thing that I know is God's got my back all the time. If I don't know, He's going to help me. So there it is. That is today's talk therapy. I don't know what can come of it, and I love that I don't know what can come of it. I don't know if any of that made sense. Some of you might think I'm nuts, but I love it. And if somebody asks me, am I doing okay? I'm going to be like, yeah, since you're asking that, I'm doing everything right. because I am breaking loose. I am evolving out loud. Check it out. Evolving Out Loud by Kyle Cease. That's where I'm learning a lot of this stuff. He's freaking amazing. And if you're looking for any kind of mentorship, go to jedcoburnus.com, put in your name and email, and then I'll see you on the other side with daily messages and possible ways for you to execute everything you want out of life. Let's turn those dreams into reality. And as always, if you're willing to change from the neck up, you will change from the neck down. I do believe in you. Now it's your turn to start believing in yourself. God bless. Bye for now.